Classic Gamer 74. I'm your host, Anthony Gamer. It's great to be back, feeling pretty good, and, well, by request from several of you, I'm showing me again. Yeah. Although I think the avatar was much better looking than I am, but regardless. So in today's episode, we're going to be discussing Rollercoaster Tycoon 3. Now, the original Rollercoaster Tycoon game was released in the late 90s, and it was an immediate success. Not only was it a success, but I hate to use the term game changer, but it really was. When the game came out, it kind of redefined what simulation games were. I mean, how many of us have dreamt of owning our own amusement park or building an amusement park? And it really satisfied that need, and it led to a bunch of other tycoon games, none of which reached the heights that Rollercoaster Tycoon would. And then, of course, when a game is successful, they make a sequel, and the sequel was even better than the first. But when the third game came out, it took everything from the first two games, added some great new elements, and you had one of the greatest simulation games ever made. So enough of my talking. Let's get into the game.
So let's go ahead and start the game up. Get past all this intro stuff. Okay, so when the game starts, you are given with these three options. You have play, you have your tools, and your options. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with play. Now you start off with tutorial mode. You have career mode, which is what you'll be doing most of the time. You have sandbox mode, which is great because when you do that, you have a huge plot of land and unlimited money, and then you have custom scenario. So let's go into career mode. Now, as you'll see here, we have Deluxe Edition, or the Plus, where you have the original Rollercoaster Tycoon, you have Soaked, and the Wild expansion. So you've got everything here. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out a career. I'll load my old one. Now here are the scenarios. Each of them starting off pretty easy and then getting more and more difficult as time goes on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start the first one, Vanilla Hills. So, waiting for it to load. Okay, it takes a little bit for it to load. Not that bad, but, you know. Alright, the Vanilla Hills is the starting point. Can you turn this plot into the Peeps Talk of the Town? Alright, so again, our first to be an apprentice is 400 guests in the park and make the park worth about $20,000. So, not that bad. Once you complete all of the scenarios of Apprentice, Entrepreneur, and Tycoon, you can keep playing or you can move on to the other scenarios. Now, as you see, there's no entrance fee to this park, so your money that you earn has to come strictly from your rides and attractions. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go over here. We got to hire some staff. That's kind of the first thing you worry about. And let's go ahead and grab them. So we have some already. We have one mechanic and we have a janitor. Now, the first thing you want to do is give them some training. You want to do that because if you don't, they're going to be unhappy and they're going to want to quit. So this helps it so that they will do everything that they need to do to the best of their abilities. All right. So for now, that's a good starting point. So let's go ahead and begin with some essentials. First thing we're going to get is an ATM. They can't spend money if they don't have money. So I usually put mine right there by the entrance. Now you turn it on and we're good to go. Alright, next thing we're going to do is put down an information desk. Oh no, a first aid, excuse me. Because you never know what can happen. Go ahead and turn that on. Okay. Alright, information. Put that right by the entrance. Go ahead and turn that on. Okay, information desks, they sell like maps, they sell umbrellas, all kinds of stuff. Alright, then now we have to put down something you really got to worry about, and that is the toilet. You got to have plenty of those around there. Believe me, you don't want to see what will happen if you don't. Now, some unscrupulous people I knew actually charged to use those places, which is a horrible thing to do. But all right, we got to have some place for them to eat. Turn it around a little bit, drop it, and turn it on. Okay, so they can get burgers. What's next? Alright, let's get a drink stand. Put it right across the way from the burger place. Turn it on. Now you can set the prices if you want. I usually just go with the default settings. Okay, let's put ice cream. You scream, I scream. We all scream for ice cream. Alright, turn on that. So now they got places to eat. Alright. Now, of course, you have to remember to put down garbage cans. That's really important. Again, even if you have plenty of staff people around, yeah, they'll trash the place. So make sure you have plenty of places to sit and plenty of garbage cans around there. All right. So let's turn it around a little bit. Now let's start putting in some rides, because that's where you make your money. No, wait a minute. Let's put down a balloon stand, another thing that you make money off of. And you'll be seeing people walking around with the balloons. Okay. All right, now it's ride time. Okay, so you have roller coasters to choose from. They're quite expensive, but let's put down some calm, easy family rides. And what better than a merry-go-round? So you drop it, now you're going to be building the entrance and exit. So let's go ahead and make the queuing line. Okay. Don't want to make it too short, because if you make it too short, people will be standing in the street. And as time goes on, you unlock more rides and more attractions. Let's keep it consistent with the trail. Okay. Now, first thing you have to do is you can actually add your own music, which is so cool. It comes with some music, but then you can actually go into the program and put a bunch of MP3 files, and so you can have your own music, which is so awesome. So let's put some Judas Priest in there. You can decide how much to charge. Now, since in this game, in this particular scenario, you don't charge people to come in, your income is strictly from your rides. So think about that. Also, here we have the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which just got unlocked. There's the entrance, the exit. Now, you can use the default settings, which I generally do when it comes to an amusement park, because of the fact, like I said, that's where your income comes, is strictly from the rides and attractions, not from the entrance. So I'll put that down. Okay. Let's turn it on. Let's grab a song. And okay, we're going to do Animal by Def Leppard. Turn the ride on. Now, there's a really added cool thing that you do in this game, that you have in this game, where you can actually ride the rides. That is so cool. Here we are on the merry-go-round. This is from the Peeps perspective. Just look at the outside perspective. The Peeps, or your guests that are leaving the ride on, and you can check it out while they're on it. It's really cool, and for someone like me that can't ride rides, it's worth it. I've tried for 4 years. I haven't been able to ride rides, and even sometimes just watch the rides. But anyway, so let's wait for Peeps to get on the rides. Okay, so what's next? All right, now I made a goof. When I made the information, I wasn't watching which direction I put it in, so I got to delete it and put a new one in. I got some of the money back, which is a good thing. So let's make sure it's facing the right direction. When we put that in, you can see I got to turn it a little. There we are. That's better. Okay, now people can actually get to the information desk and buy some stuff. All right, what's next? Let's put in... All right, what do we got? Let's put in some intense rides. Now, these are the more intense or thrill rides. Let's But you see we got a lot of land to work with, which is cool. It's already came with a roller coaster, so let's go ahead and find a nice spot to drop this thing. You can see we got quite, like I said, quite a bit of land to work with, which is always good. In this game, sometimes you may run out of land, which isn't cool. Now we also have the sunglasses stall that we can build, another way to make money. Let's build the queue line. For some rides, you're going to want a long queue line because of the fact that people may line up. If it's a popular ride, you don't want them standing in the street or the path. So, all right, it's $1 a person. That's okay. We'll keep that. Let's add some music. And what am I going to get? Okay, so that ride is good to go. Chair ride, what's next? Alright, I'm just going to check the price here, and you can see that we charge quite a bit for this ride, but that's alright. Let's build another one. Enterprise. Okay, so let's back it up a little. Put the queue line in, the exit. Let's build our queue line. Make it nice and long, because I got a feeling that ride's going to be quite popular. There we go. Okay, set the music. So you see I got a variety of tunes here. Got some Judas Priest. That would be so awesome. It's like, I hate that when you go on a ride and they got lame music playing. Alright, so let's check out what this ride is like here, this chair swing. You can see the peeps getting on the ride, getting ready to... Got some great music playing there, AC/DC, which would be awesome if they actually played music like that on rides sometimes. But we're going to wait for some more people to jump on, and then we'll ride the ride, see what we got going on here. I think I could handle this ride in real life. I can't ride a lot of rides anymore, but this one I think I might be able to handle. Oh, that looks like fun. Look at that. And that's nice. That is fun, and much safer to do this in a video game. Alright. Now let's check out what the Enterprise is like. This, I don't know if I can handle. Oh boy, look at that. Wow. Got a feeling I'm going to make a lot of money on this ride. Ugh. Although I don't think I can do it in real life. Okay then. So what's next? Another thrill ride. Alright, let's put up the Sky Sling. This is another ride I really don't think I could do in real life, but regardless. Anyway, so this is pretty much the essential of how the game works. You just keep building rides. In each scenario, you may have guests that come and they want certain things, like VIPs. Just make sure that you have lots of janitors, keep the paths clean, plenty of mechanics, because the rides do break down sometimes. So make sure you have plenty of that. Some scenarios want you to build fireworks displays. I mean, it's really unlimited what you can do with this game. Even with the expansion, you can add water parks. You can build, have zoos and animal rides. It's really up to your own imagination. And honestly, this has got to be probably one of the most fun I've had with a game with this one. It's really a lot of fun. I'm sure some of you have already played it, and I would love to hear your stories of the kind of stuff that you've done with this game. And again, as you see, as time goes on, more stuff gets unlocked, and you're able to put in more rides, more attractions. Just be careful, don't spend all your money, because it's so easy to spend a lot of money and then pretty soon you're in the red. But just have fun with a game and just let your imagination run wild. That's pretty much about the best that you can do with this game.
If you have any memories of playing Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 and you'd like to share them, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear your stories and memories of playing this amazing game.
In our next episode, we're going to move on to another simulation game, and that is Zoo Tycoon 2.
Well, that brings this episode of Classic Gamer 74 to a close. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload any new episodes. Please connect with me on all my social media platforms. Check out my Teespring store where you can get some cool gear to support this channel. And as always, check out my Patreon where you're going to find some videos you won't find anywhere else. Well, until next time, this has been Anthony Gamer. I will see you on the next episode. Until then, be strong, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and above all, take care of each other, be kind to each other, and stop hate of all kinds. See you soon. Bye for now.